tonight on BBC One. At 7 o'clock, Tomorrow's World includes a look at the dangers of driving.
Barry, I've commandeered a vehicle.
The old trick, eh? Eat the telly before I get a chance to nick you. It's a toaster.
Charlie, you have been defeated. Surrender. You have failed.
Insufficient data.
Nazi ain't got no humanity. They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating, mass-murdering maniac, and they need to be destroyed. That's why any and every sumbitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die.
Is this world protected? But you're not the first lot to have come here. Oh, there have been so many. And what you've got to ask is, what happened to them? Hello. I'm the doctor.
Yes, indeed, Ethan. Yes, indeed. Good evening, good morning. I hope you're doing very well wherever you are in the world. You're probably in England. Most people are watching are in England. Man, England has become a cautionary tale, right? People go, America is supposed to go, look what happened to England. Look what happened to Europe. You don't want that to happen, do you? Right? Oh, man. It's really sad. I mean, like, it's maybe the fate of Doctor Who and the fate of England are linked, like King Arthur, you know, and the health of Doctor Who are linked. Could be, it could be, because man, they're both down the shitter. It's actually getting worse and worse now, because it's become the rumor going around, which I think is quite likely true, is the Billy Piper stunt at the end of the season was a way of somehow enticing Disney to come back. I mean, if so, oh, that's just sad. That's sad. Sad and pathetic, right? It really is. I feel bad for them at that point. Not that. I mean, they did literally destroy Doctor Who. I mean, and again, we all told them it was going to happen. We all kept screaming at you, don't do that! Don't do that! Oh, man. And it's like, you know, before October 7th, when I did think something was coming down the pike. I've been like screaming about it for 2 years. Yeah, I felt the same way about that as I felt about the run up to this. It's like, you know, I'm screaming at Rusty Davidson crew, and they're like a bunch of like idiot clowns dressed in clown makeups with sledgehammers on top of a pile of nuclear bombs going. And like desperately trying to like set them off with their stupidity, and I guess they have. Right, and like there is. To me, right now, it's looking less likely that we'll ever see any resolution to that cliffhanger. All right, I think it's looking less. I think Doctor Who's going away. Could be for 10 years, right? But I don't know how long it's going to be, because what was I going to say? Yeah, it could look essentially they want to sell it to a streaming service, and they're all cutting back. Like Disney can't afford anything anymore. Although for Disney, you know, it was quite good value. They paid $650 million for 24 episodes of Andor, which is, you know, but they did. They only paid $100 million for 23 episodes of Doctor Who. So to them, it was like, well, hey, fuck me, did we get a bargain? Did we get a bargain? Oh, yeah, we're doing well for ourselves. You know, that's the BBC for you, though. BBC is they are absolute fuckheads. It's unbelievable how stupid they are, right? It's genuinely unbelievable how stupid they are. And they just get more stupid by the second at the same time, like preening themselves on how they're right about everything. Like they still kind of admit they were wrong about Brexit, right? Or like they were dicks. They were wrong. They can't admit they were dicks about Brexit, right? Sorry, somebody just sent me a link to a tweet. It was Greta Thunberg being, Greta the clueless cunt Thunberg that she is, sailing to Gaza from a few days ago, and then somebody retweeted with quality control saying that, hey, Israel, we've not heard the terms friendly fire and collateral damage in a while. Hashtag Greta Thunberg. I can't argue with you there. No, I don't want any harm to come to them at all. That's that's also interesting. Somebody said in the chat, and the first thing popped up, next to that tweet was Tom Felton's reprising his role as Draco Malfoy for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. How have they not made that into a movie? Like that, rather than rebooting Harry Potter, how have they not made that into a movie? It's like that I find insane. I suppose because they treat the Harry Potter like J.K. Rowling, like she's the Queen of Satan. Like they're so fucking stupid. Oh, they're all like, as you know, I'm the only gay in the village, right? They're all very daffy. They're all very, as you know, I am the only gay in the village. No, calm down. Oh, they're all so full of themselves all the time. They think, which, very much is evidence in Doctor Who, right? This final episode, I'm still trying to wrap my head around. I finally worked out why it was that I thought none of it made sense. And the whole thing with the parenting didn't make sense. Because, why would Belinda be Poppy's mother? It's the weirdest thing, right? It's the weirdest thing. And then they say in the episode, it's from like bits and pieces of memories jammed together to make the wish. Something that didn't make sense. Well, obviously it was written for Ruby Sunday to be the mother of Poppy then. Then it wouldn't all make sense. It would be less nonsensical than it was, right? It really bizarre of it. But it's like, so self-important, right? And so wrong at the same time. We'll get to it when we get to Doctor Who, right? There's actually quite a few more things I want to get to. Let me have a look. This is all okay. So can we start with also that the Trump White House handing what's the name? Handing the BBC their ass. This is one of the moments you live for. I mean, it's just fan-freaking-tastic. So I didn't realize this was going down because I'm not really that plugged into the news. So America and Israel set up a new aid distribution channels, like bypassing UNRWA and Hamas, essentially. So there's all these reports. Oh, man. And what's his name? Piers Morgan. Fuck you, Piers Morgan. It was a total dick. I really see through Piers Morgan now. Like, Piers Morgan, he was just playing for clicks, right? Faux moral outrage. So the story is that Israel and they don't report this in Israel because we all know it's so ludicrous, right? The story is that they these new aid stations are really ways to like create a bottleneck to murder Palestinians more easily. And it's absolute nonsense. The only people who benefit from these aid stations not being used is Hamas, right? Because they're being bypassed. So they set up this. I can only describe it as nonsense, right? This nonsense fairy tale. Which, again, the whole world just believes that, again, Piers Morgan had Natasha, what's her name, the Jewish lawyer, who's very good and very, very hot. and just was like shouting over. Fuck me, I'm really, really obnoxious, right? And the reason you shout over people is because you don't have a bloody answer. So again, this story was just believed verbatim, and now it's gone already. Apart from Owen Jones, who says, the evil Jews are controlling the corporate media. Like literally, that's where he goes to. Oh God. Anyway, so through all that, we had this wonderful bit here where she blasts the BBC, and again, you see what a public disgrace this is.
Veracity of them, because unfortunately, unlike some in the media, we don't take the word of Hamas with total truth. We like to look into it when they speak, unlike the BBC, who had multiple headlines.
I mean, I love the way she's calling the BBC out verbatim.
They wrote, Israeli tank kills 26, Israeli tank kills 21, Israeli gunfire kills 31, Red Cross says 21 people were killed in an aid incident, and then, oh wait, they had to correct and take down their entire story, saying we reviewed the footage and couldn't find any evidence of anything. Oh, okay, so we're going to look into...
It's okay. We've already slammed Jews, right? Again, look, how does anti-Semitism work? I go through this so many times, but if you know anyone, this comes up in conversation. This is 100% how anti-Semitism works. It is saying it's blood libels. It says Jews do these terrible things, therefore it's okay to kill them, and that's what's been going on, right? You had these two Muslim staffers killed because they were Jews. Fun fact though, they weren't. Jews don't really consider them Jews because they were Messianic Jews. But okay, you went down for being a Jew. I guess you can take, you can like grandfather in somehow that way. This Colorado attack again. These stories of Jewish atrocities, which are not in any way true, and they're never fucking true. There's always been bullshit. All right, that's why I got the Trump train, frankly, because I saw them doing to Trump what they do to Israel. I'm like, well, that's bullshit. And then he turned out to be pretty good. But again, who is one of the biggest purveyors of anti-Semitic bullshit? It's the BBC. And why do they do it? To create a world where it's socially acceptable to harass and attack, kill, and murder Jews. That's 100% why. That's why. Look, this is a different type of bigotry to all other type of bigotries. So I love according
to reports before we confirm them from this podium or before we take action. And I suggest that journalists who actually care about truth do the same.
I think I found your problem. Journalists that actually care about truth. You won't find any of those at the BBC.
To reduce the amount of misinformation that's going around the globe on this front.
Man, and boy, did she just call them out. And God bless her. Man, it's just like what an absolute star she is. And like from such an important forum, right? Oh God, I can't imagine how much the BBC hates her. And again, look, she's a powerful woman, but no, she does the wrong thing. So you put her on screen. So anyway, let's see. Let's see what their pitiful response was at the BBC, which I'll tear apart for you. BBC statement. BBC press team. Oh, okay. They claim BBC took down a story after reviewing footage. It's completely wrong. No, we couldn't care that was wrong. We kept it up because fuck the Jews. That's the BBC's motto. Fuck the Jews. In between fucking children. We didn't remove any story, and we stand by journalism. We stand by the evil Jews have killed so many poor Palestinians. It's terrible. Because they're evil, nasty Jews. Burn them to the ground. I didn't say that, but I meant it, and we all thought it. And look, I have to tell you, Gentiles out there, do you think we don't see through you? Do you think we think, they're just saying Zionists, right? We know you say Jews in private now, right? And you all know because you all heard it, right? And you saw the headlines about Sunday's aid dispute incident were updated throughout the day with the latest fatality figures. Oh, what? You mean the ones that were zero? That you said they were like 35, but they ended up being zero that you can verify as the figures came in from various sources, all of them Hamas. Were any of these various sources not Hamas? They're all various sources. They're all various sources. But were they all Hamas? I'm not going to say. I know you're not, are you, BBC? These were clearly attributed from a first figure of 15 from medics. Were the medics Hamas members? They're saying they are medics. Or were they medics? I'm guessing they were Hamas. Through the 31 killed from the Hamas-run health ministry. So that's bullshit as well. So the final Red Cross statement. Oh, Red Cross, fuck you, Red Cross. We've had hostages in human captivity for years. You haven't given two shits about them. Fuck you, Red Cross. Look, we are all in fucking bed together. And that you look at me, Pope, and go, no, they're not. Yes, you fucking are. UN, Hamas, UNRWA, Red Cross, all the aid organizations, all you just hate fucking Jews. Right? Because why? Because weedy liberals hate fucking Jews. Because weedy liberals are Nazis. And frankly, the Nazis were weedy liberals. The Red Cross statement of at least 21 of their field. Also, nobody's dead now. And who shot them? Again, it's in Hamas's interest. The direct disinterest for there to be a viable aid distribution system without them. Right? They're fucked if that happens. So you think they're not going to go and shoot up a distribution center, right? And kill a bunch of Gazans? Do you think that won't happen? Completely separately, a BBC Verify online report. Well, BBC Verify. Yeah, I mean, like, BBC Verify. We wipe our ass with the truth. Online. Again, who do you think buys your bullshit other than yourself? Your other granola-eating, Guardian-reading fuckfaces just nod over their cornflakes. Oh, yes, well, absolutely. Bloody Jews. Zionists. Completely separately, BBC Verify online report on Monday reported a viral video posted on social media was not linked to a distribution center, as it claimed to show. This video did not run on BBC news channels. Why? Because it might have shown Israel in a good light. And had not informed our reporting. Conflating these two stories is simply misleading. Look, darling, you're racist. You don't like Jews. You need to get over that. You just need to accept that you are fucking racist pieces of shit. Right? That's it. That's all you need to do. Just get over it. Stop fetching. I'm not a racist piece of shit. I just hate Jews. They got it coming. Right? No, you are. You're racist. It's vital being people the truth about what's happening in Gaza. Well, so far you failed at it 100%. Have you been able to call Hamas terrorists yet? They're not. They're beautiful freedom fighters. By the way, we're all Muslim here. Yes, I know. International journalists are not currently allowed in the Gaza. You mean Hamas people wearing a journalist thing? Okay. And we would welcome the support of the White House for in our call for immediate access. Fuck you. Well, like, what's the upside? That you get killed by Hamas, and whatever happens, you're going to blame the Jews, right? There's no outcome where you won't blame the Jews. So, fuck the lot of you. Right, it's not like it's so safe there, is it? Oh, but Muslims did this wonderful, lovely, fluffy bunnies. They're the bestest ever. Oh, they're the bestest ever. Okay, I think we need a bit of a palate cleanse. So, one of the great things about the current Trump administration, one of the many, is they're closing down these inhuman Dr. Fauci animal dog experimentation cruelty centers, right? Oh, so this guy rescued 30 beagles from a testing lab. It's their first time they've seen grass. So okay, this will walk.
All 30 about to come outside for the first time.
Look at these beautiful dogs. They spent all life inside the testing lab. Like, anybody can do this to a dog. There's like, I think it's like broken about people who don't like dogs in general. But like, Anybody could do these, like these most wonderful, loving animals. They're just balls of love and affection. It's incredible. They're fantastic. It's like broken, dark, and twisted inside you.
Hey, look at you.
This is what I watch. This is my favorite type of video to watch, I have to tell you. Again, look, because I'm super religious, I go, look at these things God made. I mean, they got a little wacky tail of it that show you when they're happy, and they're always happy. They're mostly happy when they're having fun with you. I want to see him running around happy now. There you go. That's a bit of the video we want.
I would like to hold my little hand. How we will run, we will. How we will cry.
Who says, oh, yeah, we should use those for animal testing? 100%. Dr. Fauci fucking says that.
I would like to hold my little hand. How we will run, we will. How we will cry.
Okay, that was a general palate cleanse. Thank you, Mr. Man who rescued beagles. Oh, this was very nice as well. This was a really nice tribute to Clint Eastwood. You know, and why not? That's what I say. Why not?
Can you imagine when this race is won? Turn our golden faces into the sun. Praising our leaders, we're getting in tune. The music's played by the man.
It's just clever. I mean, I'm sorry. Like the way he goes back through his career.
Forever young. I want to be forever young.
Gran Torino's fantastic.
Do you really want to live forever? Forever. Forever. Forever young. I want to be forever.
I thought he was like, he would have to be finished by Unforgiven. That was like, what, 30 years ago?
Forever young. Do you really want to live forever? Forever.
There's a man there. Escape from Alcatraz. That was great.
Some are like water, some are like the heat. Some are a melody.
Well, if you haven't seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, it's a very long movie, right? It's like a 3-hour movie, a bit long, maybe longer, right? It's fantastic. I'm not a great Western fan. It's genuinely worth the hype. It's absolutely fantastic.
And some are the beat. Sooner or later, they all will be gone. Why don't they stay young?
Isn't that lovely? I don't think that's lovely. See, I'm so out of it. People post things on TikTok, and I'm not going TikTok. You crazy? No. Okay, we actually got a couple other cool things to look at. It's where is it? Hang on. Oh, we could look at that. A couple of trailers I wanted to look at. They look. Hey, look. Okay, finally, they finally released a genuine trailer for Alien Earth. Now, I love the Alien franchise. I love Prometheus. I like Aliens, Alien Cubed, whatever you call it, Alien Resurrection. Yeah, stretching a little bit, but okay. Nothing else. And Prometheus and Covenant. Right. I wish they would do and finish that story. Oh, it kills me. Which it turned out to be essentially the story of the first android. What's it called again? Played by young Magneto. Oh, whatever it is. But yeah, no. So I really like the Alien franchise. I thought, look, Alien, whatever it was, Romulus was disposable Alien, but it was okay, right? It was very disposable. It was Alien content rather than being an Alien movie. And that's the thing. Alien needs to be a movie. Alien needs to have a creative force behind it, right? A creative brilliancy. I would say a youthful creative brilliancy, because I think that's something that really defined the genre with Ridley Scott's initial Alien, right? It was like a youthful creative brilliancy. And then James Cameron, also a youthful creative brilliancy, right? It was his big break after Terminator. He got to do Aliens. And I would say the same thing with Alien Cube. I really would recommend the director's cut of it when Paul McGann's not cut out. And Alien Resurrection, it's not great, but I mean, at least it's got a strong artistic creative voice behind it, which I think that's really something that you need. So I've always poo-pooed the idea of aliens on Earth. It seems to be these things need to exist in the vacuum of space because they have that like scariness. So, but Alien Earth is what the show they have coming up. It's written by Noah Hawley, who has a very strong pedigree. He's done. I would love to have seen the Star Trek treatment he did. Right, he's done a lot of good stuff. He did Legion, which is fantastic. Right, Professor X's illegitimate superpowered son, played by Dan Stevens. Oh God, it was fantastic. Which had Aubrey Plaza in it. Really, it was just all these insane dance numbers. It really was very, very good. Right, I love that show. He also did Fargo, which I think he did an excellent job on that as well. I never saw the Chris Rock season, but I've seen all the other seasons. And generally speaking, I think it's an inventive show with a genuine creative voice, right? So that's something that's very, very necessary. Let's have a quick look, see what else he's done. Hang on, Noah Hawley, doink. Legion. Yeah, we'll look up his IMDb. Yeah, so he was. He did write a Star Trek treatment, just never happened. Okay, so I haven't seen the other stuff before Legion. My Generation, he wrote episode and The Unusuals, but yeah, no, I don't know any of that. Fargo, he's done so Alien, Nowhere Fast and Cat's Cradle. I don't know what that is, but okay, so he's doing the Alien Earth series. Now I played a trailer before, but it was a fake. Now it's supposed to be real. So let's have a look. Let's see how this one stacks up. Oh, I do love a bit of Alien, I have to tell you.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, they're certainly getting the aesthetic nice.
1.
Oh, well, Earth 21. Now I've got to look up what year was Prometheus set in. What year was Oh, look at that. Came right up. So, yeah, that was in 2193. And what year was... So, it was 2989, 2993. So, this is about 30 years after that. Well, here, what... So when was Alien Timeline in order? Oh, that's going to be helpful. Let's have a look. So this is set after Covenant, which was 2104, right? And so this is set 2 years before the original Alien. Okay, fine. So now we have it somewhere. We have a rough idea where it's set. So this is 2 years before Alien.
How's our girl?
She's ready.
You're going to be the first person to transition from a human body to a synthetic.
Because I'm special.
That's right. You're very, very special.
Okay, so that's it. Just in itself, that's an interesting hook. Because that's not something we've seen in the Alien movies before.
Spacecraft.
I want what's on that ship.
We can do it. We're fast. We're strong. We don't break.
Alright, so there's a squad of these android people thing.
It's like a zoo, but the animals got out.
Why don't you send androids in?
This ship collected 5 different life forms from the darkest corners of the universe. Monsters.
All right, we've got the music right. So I guess this is Scott-free Productions, and that is normally a sign of a classy production. I'm still so upset they cancelled Raised by Wolves. That's such a great show.
Invasive species. Predatory.
We don't lock them down, it will be too late.
There, you're a bit of alien action. Ha Okay, this looks good. I'm sorry, this looks good. And there's actually a real alien in it, so okay. Okay, that looks good. I guess, yeah, look, better than Alien Romulus. And I say again, no Hawley. I think he's a reasonably trustworthy guy, right? I do indeed. Put up the thumbnail and share screen. Doink. Who'd have thought this will be the face heralding the death of Doctor Who? Yeah, really? Didn't see that one coming. Oh yeah, I'll pull up the video file. Did not see that one coming. Hang on, doink. Go over here. Yeah, again, if you could go back in time and say, to a year and say, there's going to be an old beloved face from the history of Doctor Who, and their appearance will be the Herald of Doom. We will never recover from this. And Billy Piper. Again, I don't know if we're ever going to see a resolution of the cliffhanger. I get a feeling they don't know either. It seems there's very much a taste of rats leaving a sinking ship right now. It seems Doctor Who is an embarrassment to be connected to, and Russell D. Davies has been remarkably quiet about everything, hasn't he? I don't know. We will have to find out. A White Straw male cast as James Bond. Yeah, apparently so. Look, it's for a video game, but look, if they cast a White Straw English male, playing English as James Bond, I think Doctor Who is fucked. Right? I just I think they could sell it if they wanted to redo Doctor Who as like a fun, exciting time with no lecturing politics. But that's the reputation it has now, right? Even people who read The Guardian, we'll look at that in a minute, right? That's the reputation it has. Not a good one. It's a very bad reputation. Fine. Cody's here. And you also think Tom Felton is returning as Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Again, how is there not a movie of that? Or like a prestige TV series for HBO Max or whatever it's called now, or Max or 8. I heard they changed the name back again. That's embarrassing, isn't it? Right? I find that really bizarre. Like a J.K. Rowling written sequel ready to go, and they're like, "Nah, fair." Okay. I think because you probably wouldn't be able to get the cast back. Daniel Radcliffe. Okay, you probably wouldn't be able to get Hermione back. Fine, recast it as a black woman, right? That they did for the play. But yeah, look, good for him, Tom Felton. I like him, everything I see him in, frankly. On a side note, it's that time of the year. And what time? I don't know. I don't know. Mr. Mad is here. Oh, I still haven't read your email, but I started to look at the stuff you're doing. It looks very cool. Right. And I'm sorry I haven't read it. Okay, spent my afternoon drawing Peter Davison's 10 times. And one Alton for my Return of the Death Zone parody. No, somebody else sent me a parody. Problem Being sent me a parody, which I thought was very funny. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm glad you're in the chat to remind me. Right? Look at that. Archer Collin is here. Archer Collin. He's been one of the few stars who has not taken a shit on JK. Maybe because he's normal. I don't know. In fact, I heard that most Lutheran actors that have either been supportive or at least stayed out of it. Yeah, good for them. Oh, Darren Radcliffe's such a dick, isn't he? Oh, it really is. Petey Richard here. Petey Richard says, yeah, it was stunt casting with Billy Piper. They didn't even film a scene in the same studio. Oh, yeah, no. It was green screen. Yeah. What's that? Then again, so was David Tennant showing up, right? They filmed it months later. Maybe a year or so later. Man, who could have believed it would have gone this badly wrong? If I went back to 2023 and I told you, like, you'll be like, no way. There's no way that. Maybe we'll go back and read some of his old columns from like this run before it came out. This is why wokeness is mental illness, especially with bad wolf media. Yeah, they basically run out of money, right? They fucked themselves. So great. Oh, let's bring Jodie Whittaker back. That'll own the Chads, whatever. They're insane. Yeah, says the Southern Engines. It felt so good to see fans cry over my return. They were very excited. Hey, I'm legitimacy at last. No, darling. No, you're not. They didn't make me the 16th. Oh, Ecky Thump. No, I think I'm kind of decided right now. When this AI thing really gets going, I really wanted to pick up an idea that Alex Leaves set up in his Dr. Alex novels. And essentially, I'll have a pre-title sequence with the Capaldi Doctor having a farewell scene to Carol Ann Ford, and at the age she is now, as the Doctor sacrifices himself to another reality to save the world or something, or reboot reality or something, right? But anyway, he's sacrificing himself, and you know that, right? And he gives her the TARDIS, and he says the universe needs a Doctor. Right, and and then he dies, and she's like alone in the TARDIS. And then eventually zoom in on her, who looks up with a twinkle in her eye. Right, then do a title sequence, and then you go many years later. Right, and it's some kind of riff on An Unearthly Child. She's traveling with her grandson. And I guess they end up with two school teachers, right? But actually, no. Do you know what you do? It'll be like an hour and a half episode where essentially you remake the Tribe of Gum and the Daleks, right? In one like opening extravaganza. And I guess I would have. But again, I see her really working as a cross-street old Doctor. And then in the end, I'll have her regenerate into, I don't know, Gillian Anderson or someone. Right, but I think I might well do that with AI, right? Because the point is this: I think a female Doctor done correctly would have actually worked, right? And the other amazing thing, Moffat set up a female-led Doctor Who with Clara and Asiladir, whatever her bloody name was, right? And they just no, it's got to be good. It's got to get rid of the man. Can't have the man at the same time. Men bad. That's why they got Shooting Gatwa. I mean, again, Billy Piper is both more British and masculine than Shooting Gatwa, so it's a step in the right direction, right? Robert Payne, how you doing, Robert Payne? It's funny everybody brought up in England does the most actions like an Indian. Well, they are weirdly similar. Warren Saturday was the end. Glad Gatwa was gone. Very excited the idea of Billy Piper. I would be excited if it wasn't just pure stunt casting Alex Bat, right? And I think it was just a desperate attempt to keep Disney on board. That's what people are saying now, right? Is that true? I don't know. And it makes so little sense with Poppy being her daughter. At least with Ruby, it could have worked. I wonder if the BBC consider the Doctor and Belinda to be a mixed-race couple. Probably. Or do they just see anybody white as one race and everybody not white another race? I don't think they see anything deeper into it. Leslie had a segment, says Archie Collin, about the BBC reporter unable to comprehend the idea politicians telling people the truth and doing what they were elected for in Denmark. They can't, can they? Right? They cannot. Pisman was a hypocrite. He doesn't let anybody like Alex Jones or Crowder speak. But it's Ben Shapiro. He seems to have all the time in the world for him. Well, it's not the reason I don't like Ben Shapiro, quite frankly. Shalom Aleichem, Rabbi, says Jess, or Shalom Aleichem to you. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. Please hit the subscribe button if you are not yet subscribed. Israeli tank and IDF using autonomous Bolo-style unmanned tanks, apparently. Or maybe they're mad. We just throw them into combat. We don't care. What's it? What just says, I love her. She's such a refreshment for the soul. Who is? Oh, now you got me intrigued. Who's refreshing your soul? I don't know. But okay, I'm glad your soul was refreshed. I heard that Trump mentioned Colorado, but I'm not familiar with it. Well, Trump's put on a travel ban to, was it 7 countries? And it's so funny, right? It's so bizarre that leftist pundits don't really have anything to say about it anymore. It's really like, who was it? The Krasensteins. They said, do you notice anything about the countries that are on the ban? I'm like, no, they're all human beings in different parts of the world. It's like they're just insane, right? They're right to cover their ass as well. Their insanity is so perverse, says Jess. It leaves one speechless. But the truth is, UK has gotten used to perversity. That is true. Their version of the truth, mimicking those who trashed Doctor Who. They did indeed trash Doctor Who. I cannot disagree with you there. BBC are not bashing international journalism anymore. They pissed up the wall, says PD Rich. You're absolutely right. They completely destroyed their reputation. Right? For those fans read Doctor Who to allow season 1 and season 2 to be broadcast, says Jess. Broadcast was a tragedy, not just the UK, but the international broadcast. International was even worse. Doctor did best internationally when Matt Smith, I believe, was on Netflix. Right? If they want international success, that's the way to go for. Best Matt says, why are beagles always used for to test animals? They're really good at making roll. I don't know. But they're so lovely as well. Right? They're just so lovely. More of a Predator fan, says Alex. I've really got to see Prey. All right. I don't know why I think that looks good, but I've got to see Prey. But the Predator movies, the first one I liked a lot, but it was like, a cool Arnie movie. It wasn't really a Predator movie. Predator movies. Second one, it was I kind of like that one too. I did like Cold Weathers in it. Predator. Let's see let's go through them. Predators. What was that one? So that one wasn't as good as I hoped it would be. That was the one with what's the name? The pianist in it, where a bunch of people were kidnapped to a planet, and they were all predators, right, to be prey on. The Predator by Shane Black, I heard, was just too crazy. Right, it just it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they got Prey. Actually, I do want to see Prey. I don't know why, but it looks like it was an interesting take on the concept. Predator Killers. This comes out tomorrow, I think. Right, it's on Disney Plus. It's a animated thing, and you got Predator Badlands. Is an upcoming science fiction action film Predator franchise, 7th film in the mainline series, And 19, this film directed by Dan Trachtenberger. So that looks like a sequel to Prey. I'll give it a go, right? I'll give it a go. I don't know. It looks okay, right? It does look okay. So that it was a fake. Well, not the one in this one. So again, look, how is this going to be a stunning and brave new reboot when you got the same insanity of a female Silver Surfer and Pedro Pascal? Fuck off, Pedro Pascal. Like, just fuck off. And I mean that. Well, just please fuck off, Pedro Pascal. Like, your 5 minutes fame were over. Right? It's that you're kind of like in Mark Hamill territory now. Right? Look, if I had control over all media, right, I would like to revive Star Wars. But the only way initially I said, we could make a Luke Skywalker movie with Mark Hamill, right, and really revive. But the thing is, he's poisoned now, right? With all the insane politics, like his box office poison, right? Your only choice now is, and this is what I would do. I would recast Han, Luke, and Leia for them to be, in their 50s, in their early 50s, maybe. Well, I would. I'll certainly recast them. Shamit didn't like Napoleon. I really like Napoleon. Stop the fucking engineer, Mission Screen. I like the engineer. I think it gives you the feels, baby. Last week music gave me Battlestar Galactica remake vibes. Oh, that's interesting. And introducing Billy Piper to such Colin as a harbinger of doom. Maybe she's now gonna signal the end of every franchise, right? Could be. Billy Piper was okay, Richie, but why bring her back? She wasn't the first choice, right? She was not the first choice by a long way. I think Helen Bonham Carter was the first. So they wanted some big name actor, right? Lonnie is here. Doing Lonnie, thanks for joining us. By the way, did you get the links I sent on it? I think you did. Yes, I did. Thank you very much. And it is the same thing. New episode of Murderbot comes out tomorrow. I'm quite excited for it. Darren M is here, as is Monk of Magnesia. It was on post. Billy was the first face we saw in Doctor Who come back in 2005. Knowing that the show was over for good, they thought, that's it. I don't think that much thought was put into it. Again, I think this was a desperate Hail Mary to somehow try and get people to like get interested again. It was a desperate Hail Mary. Remember, William Rafato Botura says he's late. Well, dude, keep the baby. That's all I'm going to say. Keep the baby. Do the X-Men have a card table in purgatory after they die while we wait for their next reincarnation? Alan Moore did a really good thing with that in Supreme was the name of the comic, I believe, right? And it was it starts off, it's like in between reboots, right? And so you have all the different versions of Supreme, basically Superman, like intermingling and saying, what's this reboot going to be like? And I did like that idea. I thought it was quite clever. Did a Big Finish 2 stories with Susan, had a grandson. More of a son. But he ended up as, okay. So, they did one called An Earthly Child, where he was Susan and David's son, I believe. Or was it grandson? No, son. It was Susan and David's son, who was very earthly. And then he ended up with Paul McGann in a bunch of stories. So he was grandfather again. And then they changed the actor to another one of Paul McGann's sons to be in the Time War box sets, which I kind of gave up on. Right, the second one of the Time War box sets when it just got two. Okay, when they reintroduced the woman who was flying the spaceship in the short where McGann regenerated. That's when it just got too convoluted and frankly not very good. It wasn't very like. It wasn't like grabbing me at that point. No. I did like in was it X-Men versus Wolverine? You had all the defunct franchises, right? I thought that was really kind of fun. Easy. Billy's a moment looking for the doctor as Gallery has fallen into a civil war. There's lots of different things you could do. They very pointedly didn't say she was the doctor, so I just think they're leaving it open, right? So it could be they could do pretty much anything. And Russell probably think, "Oh, I'll write my way out of it, no problem." It's a Colorado event that I'm not familiar with. Ellie, loads of these were talking about on the travel bans. Yeah, the Colorado was this Egyptian guy who there's a bunch of like these old pensioners, old Jewish pensioners from age from like 65 to 85, and he throws a Molotov cocktail at them. I think he kills one at least, and then he's got an improvised flamethrower, and he's on a murderous rage. So they're deporting him, and also they're revoking the visas of his 5 kids and his wife. And I'm like, very good, right? Very good. I hope Billy Bob doesn't force the commander to become somebody completely different at the end of a season. I don't know. Prayer shit's a problem big. Oh, that's a bummer. It's all kind of fun to me. Predator would have been a hell lot better if they got Arnold and Danny instead of Bent Nose and more. Well, Arnold is way too old. Way too old. Although it could have been kind of fun, actually. And I mean, like, it's normally a sign a movie's going to be bad if he's in it. Although, I know, I like King Kong. Predator 1 was a jungle and creepy. Awesome 2 was a lot more inner city, but retained the drama, says Jess. A bit of a reggae man. Oh, yeah. I forgot whether you had the reggae predators, right? You had all the Haitian gangs or something. Fine. Still going through the chat. What am I up to? Something looked like a mutant. What looked like a mutant? We're talking about in The Predator. Yeah, that thing. It sounded like it was absolutely crazy. Right? And I kind of like Shane Black, truth be told. Anyway. Doctor Who not doing so well. Hang on, let me pull this up. There you go. That's what I was trying to do. Doctor Who not doing so well. What a terrible idea. This one, every time I look at it, I go, what? What? I couldn't care less if she's a doctor or not, really. But like the drama queenness of the queerdom in this final episode, I didn't really focus on it last time. I think we need to look at it a little bit to put everything in context, right? Because it is mental, right? It's mental what they do. This is, if you're writing a parody about modern day Doctor Who, this is what you would write, like 110%. Yeah. So, okay. So, Dr. John Smith has been, they're in this fake reality, which is like, full of British values. There is married and happy and has children and feels fulfilled, right? And she was like, no, I don't want to be a normal, nice person. So, like, check out the swagger and the drama, and he breaks out of, his urban happiness. I'm gonna be super queer. Oh, I'm so seen. I feel so seen. I'm so seen. Oh, and it's so overblown. Right, again. Poppy how did she remember Poppy? And who was a Poppy in the one in Lagos? I don't understand. No one understands. And here, this queer insanity.
I'm the Doctor.
No, you're not. No, you're not. But again, it's like they're so excited to be queer.
I think you're wearing the future.
And the idea that somehow Ncuti Gatwa fathered a child. Okay, all of these things are insane. So they needed like a Hail Mary to try and dig him out of it. And this ain't going to do it. And now the rats are leaving the sinking ship. Andy Pryor, who is not an employee at Bad Wolf, like he's a freelancer, as far as I understand. And Murray Gold, they are like, oh, get the fuck out of here! Look at this. Andy Pryor casting, 21 years since Julie Gardner asked me to come on board for a show that had been tucked away in the TV history cupboard, and it's going right back there now. It's been an amazing ride. Well, stop talking about shooting now. Talk about in your private life. Joy and tears. I bet a lot of tears. And a whole lot of the best kind of hassle. My friends Rossley Davis, Jane Tranter, and Phil Collison have always been the best of the best. I adored working for Stephen Moffat and Chris Chibnall. Two of the nicest people ever, but not the best of the best. The most inclusive show I've ever been a part of. And that's why it fucking failed. You fuckwit. You are a fuckwit, Andy Pryor. Yeah, it's not inclusive. It included people like you and excluded everybody else, right? Which is why the ratings are in the fucking toilet, because you're a fuckwit. Inclusive that I've been a part of, and for me, it's hugely important. I'm glad you enjoyed it. The Doctor should be everything for everyone. Well, no. I don't want the Doctor to be deeply sexual, right? And being queer makes you deeply sexual. Stop trying to sell me that there was a love relationship between this Doctor and Rogue. They wanted to fuck each other, right? Now compare that to a Girl on the Fireplace, Lady of the Pompadour. No, there was a real emotional frisson and connection there, right? Look. I don't know. Well, really, and even that was a mistake. This character needs to stay away from sexuality. You know why? Because your 8-year-old boy August doesn't need to know how you like to have your arsehole fingered, right? We don't need to know any of that. It doesn't help us to know that, right? The Doctor should be everything for everyone. Let's see what happens next. Yes. So, is this a sign that they're fucked, or they are, or they're disgusted that Doctor is going to make a normal white straight Doctor Who? It could go either way, right? By the way, this was the fake leak of Omega. Would have been much better, wouldn't it? I mean, it was no more stupid than what we saw. Oh, stupid! So much stupid. Right, so much arrogance. I mean, that was it. I mean, again, do you remember when they came out with Davros and they just lectured you about, oh no, it's being in a wheelchair. Let me see if we can find that one. Let me see if we can. Where should I look on? YouTube or Twitter? I'll try YouTube first. Russell T. Davis. Davros. What was it? Is this it? Is this from Doctor Who? Okay, wait here. I think. A second. Did that download? No, this is it. This is it. Here it comes. Oh, Russell. It's just so much fucking up. It's beyond belief. Yeah, this was when we first realized things were not good, right? Things were not going well. Things were a little bit fishy in Denmark, right? Oh, it's still downloading it. There we go, video file. Over here. Oh, no, wrong one. Hang on. I got the other one. I know I downloaded one version without sound. Must be this one.
Trust me. There's a very long tradition of this. I'm not blaming people in the past at all, but the world changes, and when the world changes, Doctor Who has to change as well.
No, Russell, the world didn't change. Nobody hates people in wheelchairs. Okay? This is a bigotry that doesn't exist outside your mind, right? It doesn't exist. Now, I can understand people not liking Faris because he's a twat, but the fact he's in a wheelchair doesn't make him the twat, right? Oh God, it's been really like people have been like I didn't even see him in the episode, but like it makes his like a relentless support of this era somewhat more sensical. And like that the Rusty Davis invoked his name so much.
We can start anew. We can become stronger.
So we made the choice to bring back Davros.
No, you didn't.
Without the facial scarring and without the wheelchair or his support unit, which functions as a wheelchair.
Again, the smugness in his voice. Like an idiot, right? Just what an idiot. The absolute smugness in his voice. It's all going to work out so well. We're going to make you all better people because we'll all be boring fucks like me.
I say, this is how we see Davros now.
Yeah, you'll see Doctor Who as a cocksucker, okay? So fuck you. Yeah, I'll put photos there. I haven't seen it. How are you doing?
This is what he looks like. This is 2023. This is our lens. This is our eye. Things used to be in black and white. They're not in black and white anymore. And
Yeah. They used to be good. Davros used to be badass, right? Davros used to be cool. Davros used to be like something that people who use wheelchairs and can like relate to, right? And really like enjoy. Now he's a pussy. Right? Now he's like this camp pantomime pussy. Right? It's such a bad idea. Oh, it was such a bad
Davros
idea.
used to look like that, and he looks like this now. And that we are absolutely standing by.
Well, fuck you. Stand by that, or you're like you've destroyed the bloody show.
I think because it's Children in Need Night, it's a night where issues of disability or otherness or being excluded from society can...
Okay, now listen, you dumb fuck. You've excluded the vast majority of society to include the people you think are being excluded by society, and they're not. Apparently, that was going to go Rusty Davis in the end. Cool. Okay, whatever. Who gives a shit?
Right to the front of the conversation. So of all the nights to make this change, I thought it was absolutely vital to do this. And I'm very, very, very proud of the fact that we have.
Okay. Still feeling proud, are you, dumb fuck, are you? I mean, like, you've destroyed the fucking show. How proud are you now? Fuckwit. Right? Just like, what an absolute fuckwit he is. Unbelievable. I wish it was unbelievable, right? I really do. Maybe we'll go back to his column in a bit. Here, what's it? Share screen. Share screen, doink. Over there. So, first thing is, word's got out about what the finale was going to be. Doctor Who's unseen scrap season finale revealed, and why Rusty Davis changed the show's direction, because it was in its fucking ass. Up its dead. Yeah. Doctor Who ratings. All right, like look at the good ratings from last year. The original plan was far worse. Well, let's look at that. Reality War. Where are the ratings? Oh, there you go. Doink. Like, what an absolute shit show. Like, what an absolute shit show. Yeah, okay, you're saying unbelievable, but it's not. Right? It's not unbelievable. So what was the original ending? The reality was stunned viewers. The shooting cat were bowed out to 15th Doctor in a glow of regeneration. Again, that 20 minutes end was just totally tacked on and made no sense whatsoever. There resulted in former companion Billy Piper seemingly stepping back into the role completely unannounced in a time when it was possible for any... Yeah, they want to do something at this age, but fuck off. The original ending of Doctor Who Season 2 before the reshoots was the Doctor and Ruby and Belinda all having a big party. Think Amy and Rory's wedding, everyone dancing, and the Blinks as DJ. Susan is seen watching them from afar. Okay, we've seen this before, which would be the cliffhanger for Season 3. Susan would have appeared in a Five Doctor-esque look, trench coat overlooking the Doctor and company. She would have been standing with Poppy to Susan say, "Let's go, Mum." And then we cut to the credits where this was to be explored next season, but shelved once season 3. Shelved once season 3. It was then not to go ahead as planned. And Davis wanted to give Poppy's storyline and ending instead of having pick it up later in the season with a new Doctor. Well, look, here's the thing. Oh, Verard looks good, but here's the thing. This must have been a bid to bring in Disney and only Disney, the Billy Piper regeneration, because no other streaming service is going to want things dependent on another streaming service's content. Like, let's say Amazon takes it on, they're not going to want to continue a show that is a continuation of a Disney Plus show, right? And that you have to watch back at Disney Plus to be able to see, what's going on. So if they continue with Billy Piper, they can't go onto another streaming service. I think there is there are scripts written, probably. I think it's unlikely that we're going to see him. I really, really do. I really do. Because look at this. This is the Guardian. This is like the spiritual center for the wokers that make Doctor Who. Like trying to float a sinking ship, your reaction to Billy Piper's Doctor Who return. Despair, delight, and utter exhaustion that shows increasing twist in a timeless saga that vary wildly. Well, look, here's the thing. It's very much supported. Oh, there's Meglos is in the chat. Hello, Meglos. Get that cactus a glass of water. That's what I say. As says Lucy Meow. How you doing, Lucy Meow? Thank you for joining. And Atom Warlock. Look at that. Look over the chat. There's a bunch of people I haven't seen there. Paul says there's no other streaming services are going to want to take on a program that has failed as a stream. Well, you think that I can look. Doctor Who as a property is still valuable. They fucked it, but it's certainly worth an investment to make a season. It's worth Netflix to make an investment to make a season if they think it could be viably successful, right? I think Netflix probably could do it. I think Apple Plus is actually a very good home for it, because Apple Plus is, they're like HBO was in the 90s. Apple Plus likes to be like more intellectual, more artistically valid, and people do like Doctor Who. That's the thing. Like Doctor Who has some artistic cachet. It's something that smart artistic people like, right? So Apple, but the thing, for it to go on Apple, what they really need to do is get all the content. They need to do the Whoniverse. They need to have all the classic, all the modern, on one place, and then it's actually worth something, right? Which Disney didn't do apparently. Philip Bogart is here. Sorry, one second. And the BBC and other companies were except we don't want woker extreme left. No, they don't accept it. They say you're wrong when they need to scream it louder. I've subconsciously been waiting for this moment for 20 years, says somebody. When I saw Billy Piper's face, if everything looked down, blah, blah, blah. Been waiting for it for 20 years. It's a joyous and completely overwhelming. It was the same iconic Rose Tyler smile that got. I mean, look, I get it. If you got into Doctor Who when you were with the revival, you would have got some feels to see her, I think, right? Pretty surprised to see it pop up. I heard the rumor that Doctor regenerating in Billy, but quickly dismissed it as a joke. Apparently not. We all did, mate. We all did. So I was pretty surprised to see it pop up. Note that in the credits she wasn't listed as the Doctor. If rumors are true, the show was likely to be rested for a good few years. And I think getting Billy was a last-minute inclusion to get everybody talking about to ensure the show didn't go out with a whimper. The definition of this is going out with a whimper. It's like, it's definitionally going out with a whimper, mate. Oh, man. Hey, one second. What's this one over? Hang on. Where'd I go? No, I just went to the wrong place. Guardian, that's what I was up to. Despite my reservation, this movie was excellently bizarre. Billy will bring me back. 71. Blimey, really? The show needs a break. Just having a familiar face isn't enough. I tend to agree with you, Mary, in the Midlands. Billie Piper was never a great companion in my view, but many did love her as Rose. She was a bit of a realistic, stroppy 18-year-old, which is, you know, a nightmare to be around. If she's set to play the Doctor, then she needs to be very different character type, more in line with Missy than the 13th Doctor. I do not know. Again, why was she in there, Jodie Whittaker? Made no sense whatsoever. Needs a break, maybe 5 years. It's basically echoing what everybody's saying. There's something unnerving about taking on the form of a previous love interest and wearing her skin as a suit. I agree with you. It's Judy Gatworth, whose entrance and exit have been overshadowed by nostalgia grabs. They have, but the reason why is because he was very weak. Right, he was very weak in the role. The last thing the audience wants us to get attached for the 5 minutes before losing another Doctor. The only thing I was said about how poorly parts of the fandom reacted. With what? Okay, what did we do wrong now? We said this was shit? Well, it was shit. I'm shocked, but in a good way. Billie Piper is such an integral part of New Who history. The credits didn't introduce her as a Doctor, so the opportunities are endless. Or is she the bad wolf? For the moment, who cares? I'm really excited to see what comes next and I hope the show gets renewed. You see, that you're hoping the show gets renewed is a sign of complete and total fucking failure. The only thing I'm going to say about how poorly parts of fandom reacted to bring back an old character such as Doctor Who is such a Doctor Who thing to do. No, it's fucking not. I have a feeling that loads of people forget what the show's about. I think, yeah, the show's not about being queer, right, or being condescending. It's fun, full of heart, and always been a little bit wacky. But so why not embrace this new development with no point? Because it's shit! As Doctor himself said, hate it was always foolish, love is always wise. Yeah, so if you love someone, are you going to end unlimited... are you going to ship everybody, all the illegal aliens, back to their home country? Because that's what you would do if you cared about them. No. Are you going to tell Yasmin Philly she's a man? Because that's what it is to be kind. I just want the show to be good and entertaining. Yeah, not relentlessly lecturing. And it is relentlessly bloody lecturing. This is what Doctor Who should be, like with an air of mystery about it. Not where they advertise the new Doctor's month in advance. I'm not worried about if this is a brief appearance. It is. I am worried about whether the show can pull it off. It hasn't been able to, the only thing it's been able to pull off is shooting Gatwick, giving her a hand job. All right, the hand job of Omega. It was a shock. It was a shock to see shooting regenerate into Rose Tyler. Stupidity. The show needs a break for at least 10 years. Rossley David has nothing to do with it. Yes. If Doctor Who to continue, it needs new ideas. And oh boy, does it not have new ideas. All right, it is a total shit show. Doctor Who viewers' question shooting out was exit from the BBC. Again, this is the Independent. You know, like, no, this is Independent, not the Independent. What this is? I thought this was the Independent. I didn't realize it was a Know Nothing paper. Oh, so it's just reporting that it's bullshit, that he wasn't, that all this was planned. No, it bloody wasn't. Okay, fine. I don't want to read Independent, whatever that may be. Yeah, I do want to look at this, though. Let's look at the 4 ups and 7 downs. That's pretty bad on What Culture. So, up, a moment in time. Oh, this is, okay, a moment in time. Last week, we were left with the Doctor plumbing to his death into... Wait, 1 second. How come we're using masculine pronouns? It shouldn't be their death? Whatever. Or into the underworld. Much of muchness, really. My wishful thinking had me praying for Rogue to rescue. Whilst the realistic expected a reset button, which we got. What I didn't have on my bingo card in a million years was Anita from Time Hotel, as she had no bearing on the rest of the episode. Yeah, I understand. It's called bad writing, right? It is. It's called bad. And also, why didn't they use doors, right? Why there's a magic door? I mean, you literally used a magic door, and they called it a magic door. Why didn't they use a door he walked into to make it to open up? Right? No, I'm just going to open the door in the wall. That'll be fine, right? How is this an up? I guess if you like the character, as well as seeing these two characters together again, if only I enjoyed the brief flashback scenes of the past episode, seeing my boy 11 again, taking a trip back to the classic era. Oh, they should have stayed still on side by keeping one Dalek a year deal. Was there a Dalek last year? Yeah, this era has been so shit. No Daleks at all. Whilst Anita mostly just held the door open for the next half hour or the next hour. The few lines she had were great. I predicted everyone a constant clarifying that she's just in the hotel industry and not qualified to be here. That lack of qualification didn't stop Kate. I guess so. Well, second, contact me. There we go. Oh, Nick, my ears totally blocked up now. Let me try that again. No, not a dicky bird. Oh, man. That is really blocked up. Anyway. Oh. Fine. Yeah, I wouldn't call this an up. I mean, it was an up if you liked the character, which I didn't. I couldn't care less. Right? Genuinely couldn't care less. Up, Avengers Assemble. This was awful. That was one of the worst bits of it, right? This was totally one of the worst bits of it. Okay, I'm going to unblock my ear again. Oh, not even close. Man, that is block solid, mate, right? Absolute solid. One more time. Oh. I'm going to be kind of like, what's the word? Unbalanced. No, nothing new there then. Where was it? So, hang on. I now lost my place. Okay, fine. No, this was awful. The Avengers Assemble, especially the bit where they all like. Again, let's go back to this again. It's so stupid, so annoyingly stupid. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, so I know this is supposed to be a heroic moment when he's like, yeah, look, I'm queer now, and now Yasmin Finney's here too. Oh, huggy wuggies. And Anita turns up, and they explain the bone monsters and whatever they are. Oh, yeah, fine. And so the wheelchair army shows up because, Evil Conrad hates people in wheelchairs. And they, reactivate somebody with a chip in their neck. I mean, that's not very invasive. And then, so now they all come like running to assemble to unit, right? And it's just super duper duper cringe. Where is it?
I need you to build me that in record time.
Yeah, okay. This was the bit I found super cringe. Like, how did she get her bike in there? It's so dumb.
That's amazing. Yeah, it surprised me too.
Oh, jump up here. Like, how'd you get that past security out of the elevator? And it wouldn't have saved time.
I have been a housewife.
Now, again, why is that a bad thing? Why is that a bad thing? And you weren't a housewife, you were single and miserable and alone. So, yeah, this was shit beyond shit. So I'll say there are 2 ups I'm saying, or 2 downs right now. One last expedition dump for luck. Oh, God. How they gave out story. It was cringe beyond cringe. Right? And there was just lots of standing around talking. Right? For a long time. Up, a compelling motive. What was the compelling motive? Buried deep inside the mess was the best of disconnected scenes is much more of an interesting story to me. To me, the most compelling aspect of the episode was the reveal that Time Lords are in fact sterile. And well, again, you want to check out Faction Paradox for that, right? That really does deal with it. Here, 1 second. It's Caldor City, isn't it? Caldor City. Hang on. How do I get the magic bullet? There you go. Pre-download Dalek audio, please. What's it? Never heard of those not before. Caldor Faction Paradox. Right. So this is Faction Paradox. Really, they've got terrible covers, but they very much deal with this. It's called the 11th Day Empire, where it's like 11 days when the Gregorian and the previous calendar overlap, so which is where they live. They have Gabriel Wolf in it and Julian Glover as Sutek and who else is there? Horus. They're generally speaking fantastic. Right? But yeah. So the Time Lords in this they're sterile, right? That's why they use the looms to regenerate. Yeah, again, it was who I think Lawrence Miles wrote them all. Who like came up with Faction Paradox? Yeah, all of these are good. I have to tell you, all of these are actually really, really, really good. And then the final one is this one. Judgment of Sutek. It's an excellent series. It really was. But yeah, this really deals with the sterile Gallifrey. Right? So yeah, and again, this is how they're retconning the Chibnall destruction of Gallifrey, that it was a genetic bomb and Gallifrey's kind of children anymore. I thought they got destroyed and remade. They were killed and then resurrected as Cybermen, weren't they? I don't know. Down an incomprehensible waste. Yes. This is how you bring back Omega. Are you crazy? Like why? Why? And maybe if you build it up to be Barusa, right? And then he got twisted in the Time Winds or wherever he's been exiled to. But Omega, so you expect him to be Barusa and he comes out like that. Okay, that would have been cool. But this is just like, you had no idea what to expect about Omega, and now he's like this. It's just such shit. It really is just such shit. Down, Belinda's mistreatment. Oh, okay, now you're talking. I hope this mistreatment involved a schoolgirl uniform, stocking suspenders and heels, and a good darn spanking. Because she forgot her knickers, the naughty girl. See, that's the mistreatment I can get behind, right? Maybe Millie Gibson too. Maybe they both need much mistreatment. What has Millie been doing behind the bike shed with Belinda? I don't know. It appears that Belinda's time on the show is up, and I absolutely gutted at how short terms Verada Seath. I think maybe it's perhaps Verada Seath has been. And it's a fair point. I have to tell you, she was excellent in this, right? She was so much better than Shuri Gatwa, but she really was great. I mean, she even tried to sell the absolute mess of the story, and no one can really do that. But not just the finale, but the series as a whole. The history of New has never treated the solo companion that's been utilized quite so little. Well, again, she was a replacement for Ruby Sunday, and again, the only way that Poppy could have been made, it was out of Ruby Sunday's memories. I guess that's why she had to be in the finale. It was made out of Ruby Sunday's memories. So she was supposed to be the mother. Otherwise, it made no bloody sense. What are we up to? Belinda leaves the show, and her big finale was not contributing to save the world in any way, and actually hindering efforts at some points. Instead, she acted the most human, which I'm not letting you lock my daughter in that weirdo Zero room. Instead, she spends her entire finale acting like an entirely different character. Her job this week is to hold a baby and be mother. Because heaven bids she can be anything more than one thing. The entire last episode parodied the whole idea of a nuclear family, forcing Belinda into the role of a doting housewife in a way that was meant to feel unintentionally unnatural. The episode reduces her to a stereotype and then plays it completely straight. Well, that's what it does all the time, right? They did that with 73 Yards, right? They're like, oh, in the creepy pub, oh, where weird, strange people from the West Country that were going to just eat you up. We just use magic to get rid of your friend, the doctor. And then they play it straight. That's exactly what happens, right? There's a real lack of self-awareness here. Oh, God, there's so much lack of self-awareness, Russell. So much lacking of self-awareness. It's unbelievable. Belinda is the Martha to Ruby's Rose. She plays second fiddle at every opportunity. There's a greater metaphor for that than putting Belinda into a literal box with nothing to do for half the episode. I guess it's now in the hands of Big Finish. No, we're not seeing Shooty or anyone from this era ever again, right? Shooty has no interest in Doctor Who. The baby problem. Okay. The next section somewhat ties into my previous down, but I wanted to talk about in isolation. Poppy is an interesting thread in of herself. Why are you assuming her gender? But the execution idea is done very, very badly. What's going on over here? It's interesting. It's done very, very badly. The idea of the Doctor having a baby with one of his companions via magical means like this gave me major ick, especially Shooty Gatwa, right? I mean, for goodness sake, how's he going to have sex with a woman? What's she going to put on a fake beard? Especially a hot woman like Verada Seathrough. Excited by the fact that neither Belinda or 15 comment on how weird this all was. I know! They're like, there's nothing strange about this at all. You completely really gay man. Yeah, it's a called you impregnated me. It's something that could be fixed with a slight script tweaking or a short conversation being added. But these two basically act like a happily married couple, delighted at having a child together. But it did not seem right at all. Nothing wrong with them being excited to be parents. But in my book, these characters were friends and nothing more. And that at the very least should have been the moment of, huh? This is a bit weird, right? I know that romance wasn't implied, but the willingness to go zipping around the vortex in a traditional little family wasn't the story I would have opted for to tell with our first aid doctor, especially with Rogue sitting on the sideline. Yeah, but you're not going to get him back, for goodness sake. There's also a question of the bodily autonomy here. When we first meet Belinda, she calls the doctor out for scanning her without permission, and she asks a patient permission to treat them. In other words, she's big on consent, which absolutely makes sense as a nurse. The story sees her saddled by force with a child. Not your body, no choice anymore. And the episode doesn't stop for 1 second because of the implications of this. Even once Belinda understands exactly what happened, the episode ends with Belinda going off to raise a child. And again, the episode still doesn't really make it clear whether Belinda has taken control over this or not. It's a bit of a violation. And the episode doesn't seem to realize. I just think script editors aren't allowed to tell Russell T Davies anything. There's nothing wrong with the end results, but I think that the episode should be allowed, should be owed its characterization, both Belinda and 15th, to take a little more care in execution. They don't care. That's the trouble. They really don't care. Oh, my nose, my ears are blocked in. Oh, there we go. There she blows. Oh, thank you. Oh, there. Thank God for that. Ruby can't catch a break. I guess not. Ruby Sunday in the universe has such a rough time. This girl's been consistently mistreated by everyone across a worrying number of episodes. Well, I guess he's white and straight, right? So, yeah. This week, however, they made particularly angry. Why? Because of the mistreatment that came at the hands of the Doctor. and not the way the script intended. The scene where Poppy disappears from existence was heartbreaking. That's actually quite a well-written scene. I agree with you. At least would have been if it wasn't distracted how poorly 15 and Belinda are treating Ruby. First, they almost entirely ignore her while she makes the puppy eyes and talks about how great their new life's going to be to each other. Ruby's the only one who remembers Poppy. And why? Shouldn't Belinda be the only one who remembers Poppy? Right? And it's written like shit. Yeah, that scene could have been Ruby and the doctor getting ready to go traveling again, and Belinda's the only one who knows that Poppy's gone. That would have made sense. Well, not really, but more sense, right? Or would have made less nonsense, I guess. And then it said that he's telling us he's just confused. And the trope doesn't. Trope normally is over for women when the person saying it is brainwashed, but here the doctor does this without outside influence. Even Belinda even goes so far as to say that Ruby is being offensive, and his characters wouldn't treat Ruby like he would because they're dicks. Not only does the doctor know well enough to listen to it, no, again he doesn't. Again, more shit, more badly written. Up the brilliant guest, major down. Everybody fucking hated her, and they still hate her. The reason you're happy to see it is because you think this makes her more legitimate. No, look, this whole era is totally illegitimate, I'm afraid. So putting her in it doesn't make it more legitimate. It just makes it that you're squatting in Doctor Who. A Rush Regeneration, yes, so obviously written, right? Because Ncuti Gatwa wanted out of his contract and to be done, right? He was like, no, leave me alone, not interested. Because it didn't really go down very well, and he didn't even see how badly he didn't even see how badly it went down this year. But last year was too bad for him to go down. He was so shit as the Doctor. Oh, at no point did I think he was a Doctor. Down, jumping the shark again. Listen, if Mr. Wokey Woke, who likes Jodie Whittaker, is saying this is shit, it's super shit. So, okay, let's see if they had any ups of this list. So, yeah, that's a down. That's a down. Sure, he does like going down. Big down. And down, we agree there. Down. See what else we got. Come on. Down. Massive down. No, because they're making they're trying to cure the sterility of the Time Lords. That's a down because it was just shoehorned in at the very end. Like what? No, it's a down. It's a big down, baby. It's a big down. Exposition dump, yeah, down. Down. It's the whole, not one part of this is good. It is all shite, right? It is all just unbelievable shite. What's this say? Susan's not going to let Susan down, but the original plan was worse. What was the original plan? But let me rewind. Okay, how long is this? Okay, this is not too long. I'm intrigued, right? I'm intrigued. And again, oh God, wouldn't you love to see Susan has been handed over the TARDIS and now calls herself the Doctor with her grandson? I do think that will work. And again, she could do an episode, but then regenerate into Gillian Anderson or whatever. We're about to featured by Martin Elwood. Well, good for you, Martin Elwood. A few weeks ago, Susan came back to Doctor Who briefly, mysteriously, and then quickly she was gone and gone forever. This isn't a mystery. This is poor writing. Many of us were hoping for a resolution in the finale, but it wasn't to be. As rumored, details here have started to emerge about what might have been planned instead, and that disappointment comes with a strange kind of relief because the alternatives have gone ahead. The outcome could have been far worse. Did it go back into the space contest? Frozen in space, he sees her. He sees her. Yes, Carol Ann falls back at Susan, calling out, "Grandfather, go back, find me." Okay, seeing which he didn't do any of that. Seeing Susan again, and not in the name, not just in the name, but on screen properly, wasn't just a nice callback for long-time fans. It was emotional and substantial. She is not only, she's not just any old character. She is, of course, Doctor Who's granddaughter. The Doctor's granddaughter, the first companion. Yeah, she's Doctor Who royalty, right? And the first person who he left behind. When she appeared, it felt like they were building to something. Especially because the next episode of Wishworld, she appeared again. A fleeting glimpse of her on screen, but enough to feel deliberate. Was she? I don't remember that. It seemed to suggest the thread was going somewhere. A slow burn. I mean, maybe a slow burn, but I think they burnt Doctor Who down too quickly. Except it didn't go anywhere. Not in the final, not the post-credit scene, not even in a passing dialogue. It just totally forgotten about. The past week, though, new rumours have surfaced that the reality was going to have a very different ending, where Shooter Gatwa was being brought forward and the finale was rewritten to change the Poppy storyline, and Susan's return was shelved. Really? According to these rumours, Susan was to appear at the end of the episode, would have ended with a celebration, blah, yeah, blinks as DJ. Then the camera pulls back to reveal someone watching from a distance. Susan in a grey coat, echoing her Five Doctors costume. Okay, again, so far, it sounds better. Yeah, only because what we saw was truly awful. Like, truly, deeply awful. And there, the Doctors standing beside Poppy. The Five Doctors standing behind Poppy. She would go to Poppy. Let's go. She would have said to Poppy, "Let's go, Mum." Wait, Poppy's a mother, and then oh, that's even worse. So was Poppy the timeless child, or Dr. Ruth? Yeah, that one line would have dropped a massive that Susan is Poppy's daughter. So now we lost the original Susan follow-up, but the alternative ending may have been a lot easier to live with. I think you're probably right, actually. Honestly, I think they're probably right. That was better to live with. Blimey. I tell you, that's pretty bad, where that was the better version of reality. Right? That's pretty darn bad. Oh, man. Let's see, what else is there? Hang on. Part of what makes the Doctor Who so brilliant is ambiguity, gaps, and things left unsaid. The more we know about the family's biology, its origin, the more the mystery is diminished. Chibnall already tried changing the Doctor's origin with the timeless child. It didn't go down well. Susan is... Oh, God, this is going forever. Go back and find me. Oh, God, that's so stupid. And, like, why would you have kept Susan in without resolving it? Physical generation would have been the next most fitting moment. A final encounter with Susan. Yes. Instead of bloody Jodie Whittaker. That would have been way better. But the Jodie Whittaker was just a middle finger to the fans. Because, yeah, I'm sorry, we all hated her. Right? We all hated her. But look, the show's dead as a doornail now. It's over. And yeah, Murray Gold and Andy Pryor both running like bitches. Run away. That would have been much better. Instead of Jodie Whittaker showing up, you could have resolved all that then. Oh, fuck me, Russell. How does he fuck up so much? I think that's a legitimate question. Russell, how do you fuck up so much? It's somewhat impressive, right? It's somewhat impressive to fuck up that much. And you fuck up a lot, mate. You do fuck up a lot. What's this thing? 10 reasons why the reality world fails the finale. Second thing. Okay, what are the 10 reasons? The many magical plot devices. Oh, God, yeah. Magic door, time rings, Vindicator, chronon beams. Anita's back, but mostly wasted and unwanted. Big CGI skeleton, apparently Omega vanquished in minutes. That was really awful. That was awful. Ronnie gets eaten mid-speech like a joke. Yeah, the only worst character being taken out was Boba Fett. Hugs and more unearned moments. Yes, Here's a fun new game. Take a drink every time somebody gets a hug or an unearned round of positive affirmation. You'll be drunk very quickly, much like this production team. Unit is pure meme, yes. Belinda in a box rewritten into motherhood. Popper's entire existence is one big shrug. Gat regenerates without fanfare. Billy is back and Rusty Davis is hitting the panic button again. The end. Probably. Probably it is, right? Probably it is. Sad, ignominious end for Doctor Who. But I'm thinking of doing a live stream tomorrow at 3 UK. That might be my new time, right? Because I only do he's not doing it this week, but I think Dan's channel Saturday show is on at 8 o'clock, and I can't go on earlier than 7. So I might do an hour on Saturday and an hour on Friday and see how that goes. Right? That could be the way to go. Yeah, this was just awful. Right? I didn't realize this was a Doctor Who episode I'm looking at over here. If this is from It Takes You Away, I completely forgot about it. Right? I completely forgot about this. Oh, man. Any new news? No. No announcement when the new classic box set is, which, honestly, the only thing people care about now with Doctor Who. What's this? I think I figured out what I should have got was Doctor Who Regenerated and Billy Piper. Okay, just give me a theory, mate. Where is it? The 16th Doctor can act like Rose, and it would make sense. Rose's personality is logged in the TARDIS, not just... Oh, God, stop. She's going to be in it for one fucking episode. Get a fucking grip. Right? Get a fucking grip. And that's why I would say the entire production name. Get a fucking grip. Who has got a grip, though? This is actually pretty good news. Look at this. Patrick Gibson, the new James Bond. Fans think so. So I have to see it, but he's a white male, right? I wanted other people, but he's a white male. That's pretty good. The new 007 First Light trailer is getting enough attention, and not just for the slick action story, but the face behind it. The new IO Interact, we've got to check out this trailer, dropped the trailer for the upcoming PS5 game. Fans quickly pointed out something familiar about the look of the character. Multiple posts on social media claims that Bond First Light bears a striking resemblance to 30-year-old Patrick Gibson, known for Shadow and Bone, the OA, and the upcoming Dexter original series. 1 second. Let's see if I can... do they have the trailer here? Because look, James Bond games are normally awful. Right, what's the name of this thing? First Light. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can find it on the YouTubes. We'll go over here. Doink. Doink. First Light. Here we go. Okay. But, okay, this will be very, very cool. Yeah, I guess if they've actually got a real scoop on who the new James Bond is, right? And they build a game around it. I think this is very, very well. Let's have a look, right? Because they're spending a lot of time and trouble on the Bond franchise. I think this will give us an idea of what they're planning on doing with it. Well, I'm already kind of in right now.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was
okay, excellent. So far, it's keeping within the kind of silhouette of James Bond's past history, but got a bit of a new spin on it. That's brilliant.
Watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of his class.
Always at odds with authority. Same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his...
So is Lenny James going to be M? That's good casting.
Instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No. And I suspect he feels the same way. But what he did in Iceland...
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless.
All right, this is gonna be the James Bond feels, right? And it feels modern as well. This is exciting.
He only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
So this is like a Bond Begins sort of thing. Don't tell me I got to buy a PS5 to play this.
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Must be Moneypenny.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
Who's that, you think? Okay, this is really good. This is leading into all the Bond tropes.
So you shouldn't have.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
And listen, I don't find having a an Asian or Indian M or whoever it is. I don't find that woke at all, right? This just feels like normative. And I'm just pulling up the rest of the cast. There we go.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the end game is, we won't see it coming.
Okay, I
Jet lag.
think this is delivering.
Gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
So it'd be interesting to play Bond not like cold and damaged.
Tell me, what do you do, James? Lately, headhunting.
Again, look, Amazon really own James Bond now. I think this is the new image they want to put out, which is, look, this is reasonably optimistic. I can't believe we've got to buy a PS5 to play this. Fuck you, I'm not doing it. I really want to play it. Oh, alligators hanging upside down. Perfect.
I suppose this is another teachable moment.
Okay. If that ties into what they're planning to do with the franchise, I think there's reason to be hopeful. Right, let's see who the who's in it. Lenny James, okay, top cast. Ian Fleming, Nick Price, Mike Vaughan. I wonder if they all cast and crew. So look. Lenny James. Is he the only one of the cast announced? I mean, he was very obviously Lenny playing John Greenway. John Greenway going to become M? Yeah, look at the Wikipedia. It's on Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation 5. And Nintendo Switch. Okay, my son's got one of those. I think. I'm pretty, yeah. Did they not say the cast? Well, the first major following a long hiatus. Well, there's never been a good James Bond video game. Yeah, James Bond Legend until it was a garbage. But it had a couple of nice ideas in it, but generally speaking, a bust. James Bond games normally are a bust, right? History of James Bond games. Oh man, I want to find out who's playing Q, right? That would be awesome. does Sony does Amazon have anything to do with it? Under license on Amazon MGM. Yeah, listen, they must be very, very, very involved in this look. And this was, again, if this is the shape of things to come, I think it's good news, right? I do. I genuinely think it's good news. Who knows or dares to dream? All right, fine. I think I'm going to head off into the sunset. I'm somewhat cream cracker, ladies and gentlemen. I might be back tomorrow at 3. Maybe. Who knows? That could happen. And I'm back on Saturday. I'll be on at 7. Again, don't know how long I'm going to be on for. I think it'll be over now because I don't think Dan's doing the stream on this week. He's taking a week off. I think. Who knows what this stream, as I said. Anyway, I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit